Hello, you. Welcome to another episode of Voice Notes. In today's episode, we will be talking all about platonic love, friendships, and sexuality. This topic is actually kind of very close to my heart, mainly because I'm gonna be talking about a friend who is the closest person to me ever, and she's gonna be listening to this, so hi. But without further ado, I feel like without further ado is just such a YouTuber thing. Back in 2017, 2016, every YouTuber would have their intros and then be like, without further ado, let's get started. But anyways, I guess I'm a YouTuber now. A very, very unsuccessful one, but hi. I feel like this is such a complicated topic to talk about, especially I have a lot to say about this, okay? But mainly I am a 23-year-old virgin who hasn't really been in a serious relationship before. But that's okay. That's okay. Because I do have an opinion, and I feel like my opinion is very valid once you know what it is. So please, just stay tuned, okay? And sometimes I do try to, although I do prep for my episodes and do a lot of research, but I really still don't want to fully on write it, because it would sound very robotic of me, and it just doesn't work. So I like to make it a bit more natural about me saying whatever goes through my head, with a bit of the research I did and prep. But I still don't know where to start. But let's just start with me at school. I lived my childhood in a communist country, okay? And in my school, I kid you not, every kid had to be very disciplined and would listen and follow the rules. One of the rules that we had didn't even it did make sense, I'm not gonna lie, which is bringing chocolate to school isn't allowed, having canteen is not allowed, I don't know, wearing colors isn't allowed, having your hair in a certain style is not allowed. I'm not from North Korea, I swear, but anyways, doing all of that is not allowed, and you would literally be slapped and hit if you did any of these things multiple times. So oh my god, one of my memories, I still remember, they would scare us children by bringing a student who, let's say they were late or whatever, they would hang their feet with a ribbon, and I don't know if it or a rope. It's not a ribbon, sorry. This is so cute. No, it was a hardcore, as if it was straight out of a hanging rope in prison kind of thing. And they would hang their feet, and then they would bring this it's either a rubber material kind of, I don't know, it's almost like a belt, and then they would lash the feet of the late student, or it would be just a regular wooden stick, and they would just lash it with a wooden stick. And honestly, one of the worst parts was, if you didn't do homework, the teacher would be like, I forgot my freaking stick today at home. Go to the other class and ask the teacher if she brought hers, and bring it here so I can so I could hit you with it. And you just don't know what to do, you're just been asked by the teacher to go and bring her a whipping and to be lashed by, and you just didn't know what to do. And honestly, thank goodness I was such a goody two shoes, was a shy girl, and I just didn't like to make a lot of noise, and I would just always listen. And I feel like this is also a big part of it, that I had strict parents, as well as I'm the youngest of a very large family, not large family. I mean, we're kind of like the Kardashians. We're 5 daughters and 1 boy. I'm the youngest, so I'm kind of like a Kylie Jenner here. But anyways, um, so yeah. I mean, oh wow. To be honest, it didn't give me any trauma. I'm not gonna lie. And none of the students I knew that like they're still my friends are not traumatic by that experience. We just thought it was normal. This is just like how we live, and that's okay, you know? It's just like you need to listen to the rules. I mean, or maybe just because my friends and I were all very, again, took goody shoes, we were shy and didn't like to make any trouble. So, yeah, anyways. So because of that, I, because of all of that traumatic experience, not traumatic, but like, that experience, they kind of forced you to not communicate with others and kind of be kind of a bit like a robot and not talk. If that makes any sense. So it was really hard to make friendships. And again, I just said that I have friends that went to the same school as me and stuff. We only became friends after we graduated that school. And we were like, oh yeah, you were in my class. Oh yeah, I didn't know that. But yeah, so, and because of that, yeah, again, I didn't know how to make friends. I was just like, just me and my homework, trying to like avoid a day where I don't get hit, or like, just try and survive basically. And so I didn't know how to make friends. I didn't have friends. I was a loner. I wasn't bullied. By the way, even though we had all of that shit of like system, bullying was still a thing. But to be honest, it wasn't that harsh of a bullying. Like when I see dramas and like on TV, especially Korean dramas, and see bullying, oh my god, we didn't have any of that. The most, or like the extremist of bullying in our school was like, they would call you names and that's it. Not even bad names. They'd be like, stupid and stuff like that. Or like ugly, and that's it. But they wouldn't really like hit you, or I don't know, portray any kind of physical violence towards any student. So yeah, I didn't know how to make any friends, and I kind of always cherished the idea of friendships. I would see people on TV and, on the internet, like, communicating and laughing and whatnot. And I was like, always kind of, I wished to be a not popular girl, but like kind of a girl with a lot of friends. And also I've seen my eldest my eldest sisters who went to uni at the time, because we had like, an age gap, and they had friends, and then they would go out together and whatnot. And I was always so jealous, and I was like, once I'm at uni, I will be a very popular woman. So anyways, because of that, because of all of the, kind of obedient environment that I was in, whether it was in school or at home, I kind of always been a nice little girl. Like, I just like, you tell me anything to do and I will just go straight on doing it. And I would be just like too nice. And because of that, I never got the I don't know, the memo of bullying friends. Do you know how friends, like when you see friends on TV, or like even not on TV, even like when you go to uni, or like if you lived in a normal school environment, you'd see friends like hardcore besties. They would bully each other, be like, ah, ha, 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 you gained weight, ah, ha, 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 or like stuff like that. Or like they would dress nice and be like, you look so ugly, kind of thing. I never understood that. I was like, but they're their friends, why would they do that? So all of my friends, thankfully, by the way, I think I manifested that hardcore enough where I am actually kind of a popular girl now. I'm not popular, but I have a lot of friends, which I'm very happy about. And it's honestly, I always think, oh, my 10 years old self would be so proud of me right now. And anyways, I maintain these friendships throughout being nice. So I'm not saying I'm gonna be bossed around by my friends and, always buying them gifts for them to stay around. No, but I'm such a nice, I hate saying that. Whenever I see them, I'm always like kind of complimenting them and hyping them up and whatnot. Because I cherished the idea of friends. And this is where things go a bit weird. So, to put you into perspective, okay, I am that friend who always received this sentence: I wish you were a man so I could marry you. I am that friend. Basically, if it's cold, I will give my jacket to my friend. I remember one time we were at uni and we were like studying, and then my friend was like, "Oh, I need an eraser. Do you have one?" And I was like, "No, I don't." And I was like, "Oh, I'll be right back." And I just straight on went to a shop that was kind of a bit not far away, but like it was like a good like 6 minutes walk, and it was raining, and I went under the rain to bring her an eraser. Like, friends don't do that. The fuck? I feel like this is a thing that your boyfriend or your man or like, your significant other would do, but not your friend, especially your straight friend. This is a bit extra. Like, who does that? And I just like, and the thing is, I am 100% straight. 100% straight. Like, I had my first crush literally the first day of school. Like, oh boy, hi. So I'm like, and still to this day, I know I said I'm like, a virgin, and I haven't really been in a serious relationship, but it doesn't mean I'm gay. There's nothing wrong with being gay, okay? There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't judge you. But yeah, I'm just saying I'm not. But like, also, I'm that friend who acts like they're secretly in love with their friends and they're secretly gay, but they just don't want to say it. So this is so freaking weird. So weird. And I had been asked often. I remember I had this one toxic friend. She always asked me, like, are you gay? Like, why would you do that? But like, is there anything wrong with being extra nice to your friends? Maybe you could even like set the standards for them. My face is completely red right now because I'm scared that I offended anyone. I'm sorry. Basically, what I'm trying to say is we need to accept people for the way they are, but also not get offended if they just personally don't like it, but that doesn't mean they hate us, So they don't need to 100% understand everything about us for them to love us. That's what I'm trying to say. So I had spent all of my teenage years not knowing how to be comfortable and how to act around my friends, mainly because I didn't want them to judge me or like make them uncomfortable. So I kind of always calculated all of my steps, all of my actions just for their sake, and that drained the hell out of me. It was horrible. And the thing is, I do still stand by that friends are for life. Friends are amazing to have. But what I didn't know at the time is you should also be picky around the people that you be friends with. I didn't know that at the time. I was just kind of friends with anyone who wanted to be my friend. And that was horrible. Oh my god, because I befriended quite literally a lot of people, like all types. And I'm not talking about like their physiques or whatever, but I'm talking about their personality. I befriended people that, how there's this saying of there's two people who could be completely fine, completely perfect by their own, but like once you bring them two together, they bring the worst out of each other. So I didn't know such things. I didn't know that there's like chemistry between friends. So I was just like always been very muted down. Like I would just agree with everything because I just don't want to pick fights with friends, right? And and because of that, I picked up a lot of bad friends as well. So by that, I'm saying toxic friends who would need you to agree with them 24/7 about everything. And I had befriended friends who are very judgy. So you would do anything and then they would judge you hardcore for it. And you're like, okay. So after I realized that I need to be picky with my friends, after being acceptant, after accepting myself for who I am, I started picking out my friends. Okay, so what I did, I think that was one of the best things I've ever done in my whole entire life. I deleted my old Insta and my socials and my phone number and all of that, and made a whole brand new one, curated for the ones and the friend, like for the ones I really love and the friends who are worthy of me and are amazing, beautiful people. And that was so amazing. You have no idea. Every day was like very nice and positive. Like there's no drama, there's no drained energy, there's nothing. It's just like beautiful. And by doing that, I had met my friend who used to be my friend like at school. Not that horrible of a school, no, just like another school. And I reconnected with her, and she is the best thing I've ever oh my god, like she's amazing. Oh my god, like me and her, we never argue, and she is honestly the reason why I made this whole episode, because I think of her very often, thinking of how can friends be like that. We're literally a movie. We're like a best friend kind of movie, you know. And like I never feel misjudged by her or judged, and I never feel like, you know, I should be anyone else but me. Also, it's very important to note that I've met this friend throughout a very difficult period of my life, and maybe that's why she's a bit more like extra to me. And I feel a bit more protective of her, because when I like reconnected with her, I was in third year of uni. I just finished, like it was peak COVID restrictions, and we and I just kind of broke up with my situationship, and I broke up with my kind of a long-term 2 years bestie that I literally told everything to, and I felt so broken, so gloomy. I just didn't, it was such a weird feeling because I never had such feelings before. I mean, I did, but I just didn't kind of feel it too deeply, I guess. I was so destroyed. Nothing made me happy. Like, quite literally nothing made me happy. And it was that time where I kind of wanted to work on myself and picked up really good habits. But still, even though I worked out and, you know, I went on like evening walks, I never worked out nor went on evening walks before that. Like that time, like that period of time. And it was still, I was like, oh, okay, I'm walking, but I feel nothing inside of me. But then when me and her reconnected, I don't even know how we connected. I think I snapped her by mistake. I sent her like a snap that I was meant to send to someone else, and from then on we just kept on snapping each other and like kind of, you know, becoming even closer each day. And it was so weird, but I loved it. I mean like she freaking healed me. When I say she healed me, I'm genuine ass healed. I remember I felt like it was such a dark space, where I didn't think I could ever recover, or like nothing would make me happy again. But she straight on healed me. I swear, like, I am quite religious and I do believe in God, but I straight on thought that God gifted her to me, literally. And I don't know if you ever had a feeling like that before, where like you see a friend and you're like, thank God, like me and you reconnecting right now, this moment, it's not natural. Like, you came to me in the time where I genuinely needed help and you were there for me. And and we never argue, we never fight. With this being said, I had received a tremendous amount of judgment throughout my life, mainly because I acted in a way that people didn't understand, or it was foreign to them. That being me, like literally acting like as if I'm in love with my friends. I feel like now, since I'm older, I know this is normal, and I know this is just like, this is actually such pure friendships. Is like you seeing someone the way they completely are as a whole, and you don't judge them, you don't like care, you don't bully them, you don't do da da da, but you love them, but still it's just like platonic love. I know this is normal, and I know this is quite actually wholesome, and I feel like it's very necessary to vocalize this more, because for the longest time I felt like I'm such a weird person, because I kid you not, I had a lot of guys DM me being like, you're cute, but are you gay? Because of the way I write literally poetry about my friends on my Insta story. I'm like, this friend, she's an angel. Like, she's everything I needed in life. I love her to death. My soulmate. And like, I've been called gay by guys and my toxic friends, and I'm glad that I know who I am now more so, because you know when you're young and you get told things that you still are not sure of, it kind of gets in your head and plays a very big role in how you project things. Like, if you can relate to this, then please do know that you are absolutely fine, and you will understand yourself a bit more as you grow older, and you just don't need to fixate on it right now. And just know that if anyone tells you there's something wrong with you, even though you know there's nothing wrong with you, then just cut them. They're just kind of trying to manipulate into your like psychology, and make you either hate yourself or not accept yourself. This is such a weird topic, and I hate talking about this. I never talked about this with quite literally anyone, let alone me now oversharing it online. I hate it. But you know what? I think we need, like, our society does need a bit more of soft friends. Kind of. Do you know, like, Bella Hadid? I feel like she would never bully her friend. I'm like that. My name is Bella Hadid. I wish, man. But yeah, you see, we do need a bit more of soft friends and soft feminine energy into this world, rather than, you know, that one reel that is quite viral on, maybe it's a TikTok, I don't know, but like on Instagram and TikTok, where men would do anything and then they was like, gay, you know. I felt like that my whole entire life, you know, where like I wanted to give my jacket to my friend. I'm like, gay, like in my head. So it's just like, it's weird. But if you feel like that too, it's okay, darling. you'll get over it. With age comes maturity, and maturity is very well needed because maturity equals wisdom and more acceptance of yourself. So the sooner you do it, the better. And that's why we need awareness on such topics. And with that being said, I love you so much, and I hope you have a great, wonderful, amazing week. Not a day, but a week. And then once you come tune back in my other episode, you'll have another amazing week, because I will wish you that. That's so cringe and awkward. I'm sorry I just said that, but goodbye.